Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll learn a new derivative evaluation technique called the quotient rule. So first I'll introduce to you what the quotient rule is, then we'll work through some examples to make sure you guys really understand how to apply the quotient rule in various situations and various examples. So with all that being said, let's jump right into the blackboard. So let me give you guys the formulaic definition of the quotient rule, because I know some of you guys like to learn with the formula in front of your face. So let's have the derivative with respect to x of f of x divided by a function g of x. Now keep in mind, f of x and g of x are both functions of x, okay? And the derivative is just going to be equal to g of x times f prime of x minus f of x times g prime of x over the denominator, which is g of x quantity squared. Now, this is the quotient rule. Now, it's completely fine if you don't want to memorize this, okay? There's a really easy way to remember this, okay? It goes as follows. Low d high minus high d low over bottom squared. Now, you guys might be asking yourself, what does d mean? D is spelled like this in this case. So, low, d high. D in this case just means take the derivative, alright? So, low, we have the denominator and we leave it as is. We multiply it by d high. D high means multiplied by the derivative of the numerator, low d high. You leave the denominator as is and you multiply it by the derivative of the numerator, which is f of x. Minus, now we could even put brackets in here to emphasize that the negative sign actually gets distributed. That's actually where a lot of my students get messed up. They forget that this negative sign is actually distributed. So minus high d low. We leave the numerator as is in this case, and we multiply it by the denominator. Sorry, the derivative of the denominator. Hence, high d low over bottom squared, which is just the denominator squared. So let me repeat this once more for you guys. Low d high minus high d low over bottom squared. All right. Let's work through some examples. So let's say we have a function f of x is equal to x over x plus 1. Now I want you guys to find f prime of x. So as I already said earlier, when we're trying to find the derivative of a function that's just a fraction of two different functions, we apply the quotient rule. Okay? So because this is a fraction of two functions, as you can say, let's use a quotient rule. So low d high, the derivative of the numerator is just 1, minus high d low, the derivative here is just 1 again, over bottom squared. Simplify this. So we just have x plus 1 minus x over x plus 1 quantity squared. Now these x's just end up canceling out, which is really convenient. And we're left with f prime of x is equal to 1 over the quantity of x plus 1 quantity squared. Now we don't have to simplify the denominator unless you're specifically told to do so. And because I'm just showing you guys an example, I'm not going to expand the denominator. Alright, let's go to the next example. So we have f of x is equal to x plus 2 over 3x plus 1. Now I want you guys to find f prime of x, obviously. Now because this is a fraction of two functions, we will use a quotient rule. Let's take it step by step. Low d high 1 minus high, d low. In this case, the derivative is 3 over bottom squared. This just becomes 3x plus 1 minus 3x minus 6 over 3x plus 1 quantity squared. Now again, the 3x's cancel out, and we could simplify this further. And we'll just get negative 5 over quantity of 3x plus 1 squared. And this is equal to f prime of x. Right? Let's go over one last example. I want you guys to find f prime of x. So again, let's use quotient rule. Low, d high, low, d high, minus high, d low over bottom squared. Now, once you guys get familiar with using the quotient rule and you have plenty of practice, eventually what you can start to do is you could ignore the bottom squared, because you don't have to keep writing it over and over again when you're simplifying your answer. What I like to do is I just like to keep it in the back of my head that you have to divide your answer by the square of the denominator. So when I write my final answer, I just make a mental note to just slap in the bottom squared of my final answer. But because I'm teaching you guys a quotient rule, I want to write out every single step so you guys don't get confused. So we could simplify this. This just becomes 4x squared plus 4. Now I'm going to do some mental math. 4x times 2x is 8x squared, and there's a minus sign here, so that just becomes negative 8x squared. Now, negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. Now, negative 4x times a negative is positive 4x over the bottom squared. Now, terms actually don't cancel out here. We could just combine like terms. We get negative 4x squared plus 4x plus 4 over x squared plus 1 quantity squared. And you could factor this if you want. I'm not going to do that. Now this is equal to f prime of x, and that's our final answer. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next video. Thank you.